Yeah. Who got some good news that they want to share with the group today? All these awesome real estate agents. I know y'all got good news.
I'm still super excited about the text that I got from Pierre last 2 days ago. He was the first Canadian that I shared this opportunity with. He was working 80 hours a week as an owner, broker, independent with 13 agents, doing great. Had his best year ever. Came to EXP 2 years ago, and he sent me a text and he gave me permission to post it. So maybe some of you guys saw it the other day, but let me read it to you word for word, because so it's not out of context. He said, just want to say thanks to Andre today for introducing me to the model, and thanks Alan J for all the help along the way. I haven't sold or showed a house in 6 months because I now help others achieve their goals, but yet I'm making 30 grand a month in revenue share. My team has went from 13 agents to 30 amazing partners, another 230 across North America. We went from selling 250 homes to 550 homes in the last 12 months and over 200 million in volume. My profit has quadrupled. I now golf 3 to 4 times a week, spend a ton of time with my family, and can say I somewhat feel like I'm retired compared to the 80 hours I used to have. All thanks to you guys. Hard to believe that we are just getting started. This has been a game changer. Appreciate you all. Wow. That's what we're doing, man. We're changing people's lives. So that's that was not solicited. That was a thank you. And I'm still jacked up about it.
That's awesome, brother.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome, man. Man, Pierre's a good dude too, man. Like, that's the thing. Like when we connect with these, with agents and be able to kind of see like what they're about and who they are as a person, and they start getting the results, man. It's like the most rewarding thing in the world, honestly. The most rewarding situation, man. So congrats, Andre, on that, getting that letter.
Andre, did you speak at the EXP Scottsdale event?
Yeah, that was my 15 minutes of fame. First time I've ever been on stage like that. But yeah, I was there.
Awesome, brother. We saw you. That's why I knew that name. You looked familiar. I didn't realize from what. That's awesome. You did well.
Thank you. You couldn't tell I was nervous as heck.
No, you couldn't tell at all. You couldn't tell at all. But,
yeah. All right, let's get some more good news, man. Anybody else got some good news they want to share with the group?
Okay, Jennifer, I'm having a closing on next Friday, and hopefully another one that has taken 7 months almost. Hopefully, we just sent out not an amendment, we had to reinstate it. May close next week. Has been a trial, that one, but anyway.
I had a guy, he always used to say it only hurts until closing. So
well, we needed to close, so it's my buyer. I don't want to say bad words in public, but I'm dealing with a skunk of a seller who we made that contract in April. He signed an amendment to do all these repairs. And when we walk, I did a video of the house when we walked through the house, and he refuses to give us more than $4,000 for us to do the repairs. Anyway, that's it. It's happy that we may close, but it's really unbelievable.
It only hurts till closing.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else with some good news to share?
Man, one of my places on planet Earth. Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Yeah, I got some good news. My buyer.
Go ahead, Sharon.
I think I'm in a bad area. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so anyway, my buyer beat out 11 other offers, and our offer was accepted, and we just did it through due diligence. So that is one piece of good news, and we're closing at the end of this month. The other piece of good news is this other deal I've been working on for a few months with an unlisted property, trying to buy it myself as a fix and flip. And the seller could not, I mean, he kept falling off the face of the earth and could not keep his butt out of either jail or the hospital 3 different times to close. And so finally, I just had the attorney go to him and we closed last Monday. And this is like a huge triumph because it has been such just a crazy nightmare just trying to track this guy down with him, you know, keep getting arrested. So anyway, we closed last Monday. I'm having it renovated now, and you know, it should be on the market within 30 days. So in Brookhaven. So super good news.
Right. That is good news. Hopefully he stays out of prison.
Yeah, well, he's got some pretty serious charges he's facing, so we'll see.
Yeah, he had to close to get money to get out of prison, James.
Oh.
He needed a little bit of money for his attorney, I think. So, yeah, I know that is good news, Sharon. Congratulations.
Yeah, I don't think I told you, Dan. We finally.
Well,
finally
now you don't have
closed.
to get an office at the prison, so that's good.
Awesome. Anybody else with some good news? Or prison stories?
This is Cortina. I have a closing at the end of the month on the 30th.
Congratulations, Cortina.
Thank you.
And we've been seeing a lot of our group just kind of killing it, between the post on social media based upon some of the stuff, past trainings, and then just having way more closings. So, people capping, people becoming icon agents. I mean, it's been amazing how production has been pretty good for everybody within our group. So let's keep that stuff up, man. So anybody else with some good news? Ty, I know you got some good news, man.
Oh yeah, man. Things are good. So, got myself attracted 2 new agents this month. And I actually got 3 closings scheduled for the end of this month. But man, I'm kind of like casino type therapy. I don't want to jinx nothing. So today at that table, it's just, but it's been a good month, man. Been a good month. And like I say, man, 2 down and 1,000 more agents to recruit.
Love it. So
As you mentioned, James, as you mentioned, capping, I'm about to cap. This next week, I'm going to cap because I have 2 closings. I'm so happy. Last year, I missed it by like $400. So
congratulations, Jennifer.
thank you.
I'm a little jealous. It's going to take at least 6 in my neck of the woods to cap. So, but I have a guy coming on. He's been talking to me since January, and he's finally texting me saying, hey, yeah, today. I just keep sending him new calendar invites, and he keeps saying yes, and then he cancels through text. So I think he's coming on today. So
Nice.
Congratulations, Kathy. Good to have him on board. So anybody else with some good news?
James, I got some good news. Hey, everybody.
What's up, Robin? I've been seeing you all over.
I know. I have a new listing coming to the market on Thursday. So you have an Atlanta sign person you can recommend. I need some open house signs. And also I brought in my first agent already. And I don't even think I hit 30 days at EXP yet. So I'm excited.
Congratulations, Robin. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so our group continues to grow. I mean, agents are, definitely joining because they're seeing the value of the group, and people selling more houses. Can't think of a better way to spend a real estate career, right? All right. Anybody else with some good news?
James, I put 2 on the market today, 2 listings, and I have 2 more coming up. And I just got a buyer referral, so excited about that from a house party that I threw. So, having
Oh,
fun
wow.
and getting referrals.
So you start implementing the events then, right?
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, I threw a party for my husband's birthday, but I invited everybody. I invited the neighbors. I invited, I hired a band. I invited everybody, So yeah. But this was a past client that I hadn't seen in almost a year. And after that party, they brought a bottle of moonshine and gave me a referral. So
that's a good way to have a party.
That's right. That's right. Pays for itself.
Pays for itself. Band, moonshine, and referrals. Awesome. Let's take about 1 or 2 more. Anybody else?
I actually have a closing coming up next week, and so I have a closing coming up next week. I'm actually working with an investor from California, so he's going to be wanting me to help him. He bought an investment property, and wants me to help him get it leased also. So yeah, I'm pretty psyched about that.
Awesome. Let's take one more.
I'm closing on 2 of my listings next week, and also I have a mentee that closed on her first property yesterday, and I have 2 brand new agents that's going to be joining EXP, and I'm working on and I have a seasoned one that I'm working on right now, but I believe we're almost there.
That's what's up, man. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Marsha's out of South Carolina. She came on board and started like diving into all the NAEA stuff and all the EXP stuff. Just really start training and right now, like, she's already on her way to start building her organization. So, like, that's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Congratulations. All right. So
oh, by the way, I took my broker exam. I passed that as well.
There you go. There you go. The news keeps rolling. I love it.
Thank you.
All right. So today, man, it's a treat that y'all are about to experience. I was in DC and met Harisson, and probably like the most energetic, upbeat guy you ever know. We connected up there, hit it off, stayed in touch, and I didn't even realize when I was up there that he runs a team in Georgia, and they're in Savannah. So like I didn't even know we were that close, but his team is killing it. I was kind of talking to him. He was saying that, last year they did over 100 million in volume, on pace to do like 500 homes this year. You just never know who you connected with or who you talking to. So when I found out, all that stuff, I was like, man, you gotta jump on and kind of share with us some of the stuff that you've been able to do in order to grow your team, build your business. He's a fellow honey batter as well. So Harisson, man, like, we're so excited to have you here, buddy.
Awesome, brother James. I appreciate you. It was awesome, the connection we made in DC, and it's great, man. You got 38 people on a call on a Friday at lunchtime. That shows us everything we need to know about the group and the organization you're building, and so we're going to try to come with some value today. Appreciate you having us on. And my thoughts were when we were prepping for this call, James, and you invited us to do it, I said, the best person to come on and share nuggets of information is somebody that I learned everything from in terms of real estate. My dad has done real estate for 25 years. He's the reason why I got in. And he is still at the forefront of our real estate business. And, I kind of take the direction as team lead, but he still oversees a lot of the operations. And so I wanted to have him come on and sort of share the secrets of the trade of how we got to the level that we've gotten to, the level of service we try to provide our clients, and hopefully provide some value to everybody on this call. So with that, let me introduce my dad, Randy, to kind of take over. And Randy, you're on mute, by the way.
Thank you for that, son. James, thank you very much for allowing us to come on board and sharing a little bit about us and what we're doing in Savannah, Georgia. We've been at EXP for 10 months now. Everyone wants to know numbers. When you talk about EXP people, they want to know your numbers. And I fell in love with your numbers. Harisson shared me your organizational numbers. I shook my head in a positive way. We've been at EXP for 10 months now. I have 18 FLQA. We have 103 people in the organization. I'm making about $7,000 a month in revenue share now. Harrison's making about $6,000 a month in 10 months. We're going to sell close to 500 homes this year. Me and about 15 agents. Harisson, kind of the lead agent on that team. We've kind of taken it and decided to take it at a really high level. We love it. It's a passion. Building an organization is a passion. I am super impressed with how many people you get on a call in the middle of the day on a Friday. I agree with you 100%. We're listing client-centric. Reviews are a big deal. We have 600 and something Zillow reviews. We have 520 Google reviews. If you're not getting reviews out there, that's your secret sauce right there. Anything you want to ask, Harisson? What else you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think the way to kind of set it up is, let's talk about some of the things that we do to try to go after listings, because one of the big things is list to live, list to last. And any given year, we sell 150. This year, hopefully 200 listings. And so I figured that would be a key thing to focus on, just to provide some value.
So one of the things we realize is you have to be your digital mayor of your area, your town. If you're not the digital mayor, then you're not doing your job. We talk about everything we do, and we make a small victory into a very large victory. When we have a closing, it goes everywhere. We post it, sold signs, the inspection, the final walkthrough. The public's perception of our team is bigger than what it really is. We sell a lot of homes, but we put it out there that we're bigger than life, that we're selling homes, we're saving lives, people are happy. We do post on everything we do. We ask for the business and referrals. We ask for the reviews as soon as they're done. We text them the link at the closing table for the Zillow review and the Google review. If you count on them to do it when they get home, they are not going to do it. You send them the link at the closing table through a text message. They will do it right there at the closing table for you and give you a 5-star review. Make sure you tell them 5-star review, because in some businesses, a 4-star review is good enough. In our business, a 5-star review is the only thing we really want. We send out 10,000 newsletters per month. This is our Good News Market Report. We send out 10,000 of those newsletters per month. We send out 5,000 postcards per month. We are trying to get every listing in our town. We've gone on 195 listing appointments this year. We got 190 of the 195 listings on the appointments we've gone on this year. We've lost 5. And it means a lot to us. We need to find out why we lost those 5. And that's some people will look at that. Well, that ratio is good. We look at it. We didn't do our job for 5 people. We need to find out why. We hold everyone accountable. We have a great culture and atmosphere. We don't just invite people into our company. We make sure they fit our culture. We give back. We give back over $200,000 a year in income. We care about putting money back into the community. We really put and promote all the sports teams, the local teams, the teachers. We provide lunches for our schools. our teachers. We provide welcome back parties for our students. We do a lot of things with the community. We do Kona ice cream socials in neighborhoods. We promote it on Facebook, show up in the neighborhood and free Kona ice, snow cones for the entire neighborhood for 2 hours. Every time I do that Kona ice giveaway, we get a listing or two out of it. So every time I do it, I get a listing. So I spend $400 for the Kona ice truck for 2 hours and get a listing out of it every time.
And what we do, just to share, is we ride through neighborhoods and we'll park the ice cream truck at the pool community center in that neighborhood. And it's completely free. Everybody can come in and get whatever kind of Kona ice they want. But we'll promote it for a couple of days before to try to get as many people there as possible. And I'm not joking, without fail, every single time we've done it, it's $500 or less, and that's hundreds of people getting Kona ice. Every single time we've done it, we've gotten at least one listing appointment.
Every time.
And so a lot of the times that one listing appointment will then lead to a buyer that leads to another client. I mean, it is paid for itself tenfold. Go through the Good News Market Report, because that's another key piece to the marketing that we do and implement.
Let me get a copy of it real quick.
Yeah. So what we do on the Good News is, obviously we do a lot of digital social posts to try to promote ourselves, but we still see the value in putting things in people's mailbox. And so that market report that we do, instead of just doing the typical standard postcard that everybody else does, we create a little mini magazine type thing, is what a lot of people call it, where we're not really pushing our business. That cover happened to have, Randy and our director of operations on the front. But sometimes it's just a fun picture on the front that people want to look at. People open the inside cover. We have an actual market report, which gives numbers, average price per square foot or whatever the case is. That's on the top left. On the bottom left, we just do little stories like we're the community, newspaper type of deal. And it's amazing the amount of responses that we get, where people are always saying, before, what is the traditional way to do marketing? It's just postcards in real estate, right? To get direct mail. It's always postcards. Well, people take a look at that postcard and throw it in the trash. They're not looking at that postcard because they get so many of them. But when they get something that has a really pretty picture on the front, it makes them want to open it. And so we get people coming to us all the time and they say, you guys are in our mailbox all the time. That's what they say. That's what they share with us. You are in our mailbox all the time. And so guess who you think they're going to call when they get ready to list their house? Wait a minute. Let's call Bocook Realty, because they're always pounding us. They're always in our mailbox. They're giving us the Good News Market Report. That newsletter has provided probably 50 listings so far this year. And what's the cost on sending?
So let me give you the hard cost on it, because this is pretty important. And listen, if you can't get to this level now, tiptoe to the level. Start out at 500, start out at 300, or whatever you can do. We send out 10,000 a month, and we're all in on printing and postage, because we send it every door direct. That's a massive savings. Every door direct is how you have to send it out. You can't put first class stamps on that. It would cost you too much. We're all in for $5,000 for printing and sending out. And I know that we've gotten 50 listings from it this year. Now, I know I'm not real smart. Harrison's the finance major in the relationship. He's a straight A student here. 50 listings has paid for it for the next 10 years. So that's paid for the next 10 years. The Good News Market Report changed our business. I will tell you that we will make $1 million off that newsletter in the next 5 years for sure. $1 million GCI, that Good News Market Report. And we don't partner with a vendor. You could partner with a lender, vendor, insurance, or somebody if you wanted to. We chose not to do that. And you can get that into someone's mail. Someone says, well, it's old school. It's old school. It works. You put that in their mailbox, you're the market leader.
People looking for old school a little bit.
That's right. Things have changed. We are really big on social media ads. We do Facebook ads all the time. We post ads. We post closings. We promote our agents. When our agents cap at EXP, we do a post on it. We send it out there. We promote that to the world. We send that post out there and sponsor it for a week or two to let the world know that, hey, I chose EXP. Call me to find out why. It's a big part of our business. Harrison, what else you got?
Yeah, and so just to jump in really quick, and we're kind of just running all over the place just to kind of throw out tidbits and nuggets, because that's where I think you get the most information. But when we have a transaction, everybody on our team, so if we sell 400 homes in a year, every piece and part of the transaction is going to become a social media Facebook post. When you're showing the clients the homes, you're going to take a selfie in front of the homes, showing homes today or whatever. Once you put that house under contract, we have under contract post. Once it's time for the inspection, you post the inspection. Because what happens is the consumer doesn't realize it's the same dang house. They just see you all over their Facebook feed like, dear God, these agents are killing it. When in reality, what we're doing is we're taking the small victories, blowing them up into big victories. And what we found is that leads to big victories. And then the big victories lead to even more on the listing success. So we have a system that we implement. It's about 5 different social media posts. Typically on Facebook is where a lot of our clientele are. We're a little bit of an older demographic. But it's 5 posts basically per house that the agents on our team, which we have 25 agents on our team now, not in our organization. In our EXP organization, there's 100, but 25 agents on our team that are into this system where as soon as they put a house under contract, or if they're showing homes, or they're documenting the journey. And what they find is people are messaging them all the time like, my God, you guys are killing it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not on social, you really don't have a business.
Let's face it, this business, perception is reality. Perception is the reality of our business. If they think you're doing well, you will do well. If they think you're struggling out there, you are struggling out there. We do listed, just sold postcards to every home out there. We have a special sign made for every time we sell a home. The sign that we make, we put in the yard. It says, we just sold another home. Give us an interview to sell yours. It's not the same home. It's not this typical sign we use for our listings. It's a specially made sign that all of our agents have one. We printed, we got 20 of them made. Every agent has it in their car so that when they close in the deal, they put that specially made sign out there in the yard with their personalized rider. I advertise into the world that we just sold another home. We put that out there. We want people to know that we sold that home. And that's the way of shouting from the rooftops. If we don't shout from the rooftops, no one knows we've done that job at a really high level.
Yeah. And that's how we take it, you know, because a lot of times ad dollars and ad spend is how you get listings when you want to scale it to a certain level. But what we find is if we're doing those social posts, if we're putting signs in the yard, we're getting calls organically on things that we didn't have to pay for. But since we're closing that home already, we might as well take that victory and try to blow it up to get and earn more business. What about the geographic farming that we implement on any of the, an agent taking over a geographic area?
So what happens on each one of our buyer's agents, I sit down with them, we have an orientation of their business. And what I make a suggestion to them is they pick a geographic farm that they decide that they want to harvest. And that's sending a postcard depending on their budget, once a month or once a quarter, whatever it is. Anything that happens in that neighborhood, they want to be the leader of that neighborhood. They know the HOA. They provide free pumpkins for that neighborhood once a year or whatever it is. But a geographic farm is just promoting what we do at a high level all the time. And then what we're always constantly trying to do is improve, constantly trying to improve. We realized when COVID hit last year, we had to have a Matterport camera. It cost me $5,500 for a Matterport 3D camera. But I will tell you that we do a 3D Matterport tour on every listing. I know that that's gotten us 20 listings in the last 12 months because we've had sellers go, we're worried about COVID. We want people to see our home, but we want to do it another way. We can show the home to the public through a 3D tour, and they don't have to tour your home. And if they're interested, then we make special requirements. They can come into your home for COVID and look at the home. That 3D tour has paid for itself many times over just because of what COVID has done for us.
Yeah. And so, that's just sort of tidbits and information. James, do you think it would be appropriate to open up for questions, or tell me your thoughts? I don't know how much time we have allotted for it.
Yeah. I mean, I think, just the information y'all gave now is, I mean, if somebody's taking notes, I mean, they got a ton of them just off of that tidbit. So, I mean, we do have a question here, Bart. When do you put the signs in the yard for sold another home, and how long do you leave it?
Okay, so what happens on that, if you work the buyer and it's not your listing, it's another company's listing, this is important. You got to get your buyer to sign something. We don't, but it would be smart to do this. Get your buyer to sign something. What we typically do is say, would you mind if I keep this in your yard for 7 to 10 days? So 7 to 10 days, that sold sign stays in the yard. If you don't do that, if you're a buyer's agent, that transaction happened and the neighbors have no idea you were the procuring calls for that sale. They think the listing agent's done it. And that listing agent gets all the credibility from it. What we have to do is you have to shine as a buyer's agent that you did it. You take a picture of that home, you put your sign out there, you put your writer out there. 7 to 10 days after the sale, that's when we leave that sign in the yard.
Love it. Thank you.
Yeah, and we're big on, especially if you're a buyer's agent, because we have a lot of buyer's agents in our company, is they have specific signs and branding and logos for themselves based on our company. That's our company logo right there behind us. But it's basically so that they can brand themselves like, hey, I am this agent, with this logo, and I just sold this home, basically. And they put that sign in the yard.
We take a different approach. We want our agents to have identity. It doesn't have to be me, because I'm kind of the guy that everyone knows. I've been doing it for a long time. But I want my agents to have an identity. I don't try to hide them like some team leaders do. I want you guys to have your own identity, your own headshot, your own logo, in conjunction with mine. But I want you to have your own identity in the marketplace.
Yeah, and we brushed past this, but this is a crucial part to our business, and it's the most generic thing you can say, but for some reason we as real estate agents forget about it. And it is reviews, reviews, reviews. If you aren't loading up on Zillow and Google reviews, then nobody's ever going to call you outside of your sphere of the people that you know, right? If you start blowing your reviews and you have 25, if you get to 25 5-star Google reviews, and that number is very realistic for everybody, Google will start putting you towards the top of the search if somebody's looking at or for a real estate agent in your area.
All right, I'm gonna give you two tidbits that will help you get leads. Here's 2 things that work at a high level for us. Listing Boost with KV Core. Has anyone on his call used Listing Boost with KV Core? It generates about 20 leads a day for us. Listing Boost is basically a service that KV Core offers, that when you get a listing, you pay, what's the fee, Harrison? It's not much. It's
it depends on, it depends on what you want to put towards it.
$60 a week, I think, or $40 a week. You don't have to do it but 1 week at a time if you wanted to, but it will generate anywhere between 15 and 20 leads per day. On that listing. That is a magic little thing. We are good listers. We anywhere between 20 and 50 listings at any given time in a normal market. But even if you have 1 or 2 listings, Listing Boost is the key. The other thing that we have sold 8 homes this month because of Google Screened. Harrison, talk about Google Screened.
Yeah, Google Screened is an inside secret right here. This is insider trading. The SEC would get mad at us for talking about this piece of information. But this is a company through Google, obviously, where they basically vet certain industry professionals, and real estate professionals happen to be one of those industries, that you can sign up for Google Screened, and you'll have to put in some information. They'll run a background check. They'll make sure you have E&O insurance. and then you get put towards the top organically is how it looks. When somebody types in real estate agent in Savannah, Georgia, our names come up, and it's because we're a part of Google Screened. Now, what it is once they screen you, you put ad dollars towards it, and then you start coming up first. But the cool part about Google Screened is it's not just based on ad dollars and money you put in. It's based on your review count. So if you have good Google reviews, Google's going to rank you higher, so that consumer's going to call on you. If you have, if your answer rate is high and it needs to be very, very high, then you're going to rank towards the top. And then you're going to have to put some money towards it. And the cost is dependent on your market. And this is sort of a new service that it's still really, really underpriced, that you can put some ad dollars towards, and then your name starts coming up at the top. Let's say James Massey, he's an agent in Atlanta. Well, let's say there's a certain part of Atlanta that he wants to focus on. We'll just say Kennesaw. I don't know where he lives, but let's just say Kennesaw. Well, you can put ad dollars towards that zip code up there. And anytime somebody says, I need a real estate agent in Kennesaw, James Massey face pops up on the top. And it's coming with what's called Google Screened. So the consumer's like, okay, Google's already screened James Massey. He's good. Let me give him a call. Gives him a call. And the ratio, and it is dependent on the market, but about 3 in every 10 calls we get are either ready to buy or sell immediately. 3 out of 10 are ready to buy or sell immediately. It's a game changer.
I just got a question from Kathy. Do you put your business page out there, your personal? What you want to do is you want to have 5,000 Facebook friends. Understand something. Your Facebook is now your database. You have your database, but you also have Facebook as your database. Put people in groups. I have 5,000 friends. I don't know 5,000 of anyone, but it's my database. So when I put something out there, the personal Facebook page allows me to do a lot more than my business page. So I'm restricted on my business page on what I can do. To boost a post has to be on your business page, but to get the most juice, like we'll give away a Yeti cooler or some kind of grill or something for a giveaway. We'll get hundreds and sometimes thousands of likes and shares on it for our giveaway program. People know that Randy Bocook sells real estate. I don't have to announce that I'm a real estate agent. And until you get to the point where people know that James Massey is the real estate agent, then you might have to promote your business page until you get good enough at that. That Google Screen will make you a lot of money until everyone catches on.
And then Kathy, just to share how we do it, because some people like to keep their personal life and their real estate business separate. Not us. It is an agreement. We live in a world where you got to brand yourself. And if you're not putting yourself out there as hey, I'm a real estate agent, this is what I'm doing, because you only want to put it on your Facebook business page, then you're probably missing out on a lot of exposure for what you could be doing. Bart said, any tips?
We also have a program that after the closing, we don't bring closing gifts to the closing because they're in a honeymoon stage at the closing. Don't bring a closing gift at the closing because people are really happy there. 30 days after the closing, they get a gift. 60 days after the closing, they get a gift, and 90 days after the closing, they get a gift. Now, it could be something as simple as a Starbucks gift card or a $5, $25 gift card to a restaurant. But for the 90 days after the closing, the National Association of Realtors says if you stay in contact with them, they will be your clients for life. That's letting them know that they didn't just mean a transaction to you. They also meant that you're invested in who they are and what they are. So we have a 30, 60, 90-day program of gifts and give backs and handwritten notes that we send them. Thank you for being a part of our real estate family. Hope everything is good.
Yeah, and Bart, let me jump in. I think Bart asked this question. So yeah, we do something interesting on getting the reviews because we know how crucial it is. We have an automated system set up to where as soon as they close, they go into our 5-year drip campaign where the touches are automatic, but it looks like they're coming personalized from whoever closed the transaction, to the point where at 1 year, we have a video that we recorded. Hey, happy 1 year anniversary. We're so excited. We recorded that once and we put it in the drip campaign so that at the 1 year they're going to get an email from you and it's going to have a video, like you had just sent them a video, happy 1 year home anniversary. You know, we're creating loyalty with our clients because, you know, we talk about getting new clients a lot, but ultimately the best type of business are the people that you've already sold homes to. And so, Bart, on the review side, in that built-in drip campaign, one of the sections is a text that goes out that says, "Hey, you know, this is our review page. We'd love to give you a review. We'd love for you to give us reviews." Now, here's the trick on getting them for your past clients that maybe you don't have, and that Randy came up with this. It's genius. Mm-hmm. You text your past clients and you say, "Hey, I am in a competition with some people in the office for 5-star Google reviews or 5-star Zillow reviews. I don't want to lose. I would love for you to give me one." When people understand and realize that it's a competition, they want to pull for you and they're going to leave you a review way higher than they would if you just sent them, "Hey, we had a great transaction. I appreciate you. Please leave me a review." No. You got to create some urgency. "Bart, listen, I'm in a competition with James and I have to beat James. Leave me a 5-star review on Google and Zillow. It would mean a lot to me." That's how you get them from your past clients that you have been that you've already sold without seeming, you know, like you're trying to go back and ask for their business. Do it that way and it works a lot better. Let's see the chat really quick. Is there a drip campaign you would be willing to share with me? I didn't want to. Oh, sorry, that was a direct message. Bart, I'm sorry. He sent me something direct. Yeah, Bart, we'll share it with you. I'll pull your email. I'll get your email from James.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. What else? Any other questions, James? Anything else you think we should hit on?
And I think all of that stuff is good. Let's kind of open it up a little bit for some people that might have some more questions about either something that they just kind of went over or maybe something that they're wondering about in order to, you know, kind of build their real estate business, kind of like how you all did.
Yes, sir.
I tell you, Harrison's really good at the lunch and learns too, and recruiting people for EXP. So if you got a question about that, Harrison is a pro.
Not like James. Maybe a different perspective. Not like James and not like Andre, but you know what? We're working on
it. He's modest.
So
what are you doing, Harrison, for lunch and learns? What kind of stuff pulls in people?
Yeah, really good. So what we've established is, you know, real estate is regional. And so the people that we have really close ties with and partners with in Savannah, we want to do a monthly big lunch and learn for those people. And so it's very simple on how we get them to them. We do a script basically, and every agent in our organization has to bring one person to the lunch and learn if they want to come. And it's amazing how many people want to come because we try to do nice venues. We try to offer and cater in a really, really nice, expensive lunch. We'll spend several $1,000s every single lunch and learn, but the people that come that are already in our organization have to bring at least one. Now, what we're doing,
you get the lenders and the lenders will pay for it and attorneys will pay for it. We typically, it's between $1,500 and $2,000 for our lunch and learns. It's more than we should spend. I know that. It's probably way off base of what it should be, but once a month it's consistent. Like you guys have this call on Friday afternoons, which I'm super impressed with. What if you met in person once a month in Atlanta or wherever the closest place would be and have a lunch and learn? And the cost of entry for any of the agents with EXP is to bring an agent not with EXP, and then me and Harrison get up and give the presentation.
Yeah, and then what we do on an outside of our area is we have locations set up all across the Southeast, not in Atlanta, but across the Southeast of some of these B and C real estate markets. And what we do is we have a time block set up and we'll make calls and we'll set up one-on-one coffee meetings. So instead of doing a lunch and learn in different areas, or instead of only focusing on our areas, we call it the traveling roadshow. Well, we'll identify a market and we'll call 3 to 5 of the top business people in that area, and we'll set up private one-on-one coffee dates, 9:30, 11, 1, 2. It'll take us all day, but what we find is we can establish a personal connection. See, people want the face-to-face connection. When we can bring people into our office, and I understand at EXP, not everybody has the office environment, but we have Regis. If you meet face-to-face with somebody and you utilize the tools and they're in your environment, when they can see you eye to eye and they see the passion and the enthusiasm, your conversion rate goes through the roof. If we're doing it in Zoom, we love Zoom because we're talking to people from Washington and we're talking to people from everywhere. But that personal face-to-face connection for the people that you can, don't lose that. So we could easily just invite people to a Zoom call. We wouldn't have to drive a couple hours and then have to drive back. I mean, it's a day. We put work into it. But what we find is we get to shake their hand. We get to meet them eye to eye. They get to see the passion and feel what we have to say. And the conversion goes way, way, way up. So that's what we're doing.
I'm going to add to that. One of the things that you have to have urgency to build your organization as fast as possible, because you will lose momentum. You will lose steam. You will let someone steal your joy when someone else signs up under someone that you know. All the things that are relevant, you got to build it fast enough so that if you lose someone, they're irrelevant because you're moving forward and you're building and you're building and you're building. See the value proposition on this, the exit strategy. That so you want to get to a point where you're selling homes because you want to, not because you have to. You want to get to the point where you build it. And the longer you wait on this, the longer you wait, the more people will hear about it. You have a window now, right now, a golden opportunity window for everyone on this call, everyone in this organization. We've gotten 103 people in 10 months. I got 18 on my FLQAs. You have to build it fast. Don't let it come organically and slow. You could do it that way. My suggestion to you, if you want my opinion, is the quicker you build it, the better, because what will happen is, and Harisson said this, you'll get someone like James Massey, and then your life is over. Your life is better. He'll take it from there. You turn it over to James Massey, he'll take the ball and run with it, and he'll get 600 people in his organization. James, and not long. How long has it been, bud?
It's been 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years, 600 people in his organization. That guy right there, that's why Jake Kinder talked about him on stage. And I was there, and I called Harisson because he had COVID, he couldn't make it. I said, hey, he just called your boy out on stage talking about how good he is. So that's why, because James sees the value proposition on it of not sitting back and waiting. I see a lot of agents waiting because they have fear. They're afraid of saying the wrong things or not knowing the model well enough. That's why James is here. I guarantee you call James, he's going to get on a call with you. He will help you. I got Harisson. Harisson's a pro. He's learned the EXP model frontwards and backwards. And we're good friends with John Mikish and some of the people in our organization, Brett Gove, and some of those people will take our calls, but build it fast. Harisson, you want to agree to that?
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. And we're trying to do that. We're on the process of doing it. But we also, we keep the real estate. Our focus first and foremost is making sure we're keeping clients happy and selling homes. But we're trying to afford some leverage by adding people in so that we have time to go travel to these different markets and talk to agents and spend time on when you sell 500 homes in a year, a lot of your day is packed into selling real estate. Right? We're a real estate company first and foremost, but we know that with some leverage and with some intentionality, we can go out there and build EXP like Dan has. Dan's out there crushing it. I know Dan. I've seen Dan on YouTube, and I've seen some of his stuff, and Andre and some of these other people on the call. So it's just, and another thing too, this was awesome is Randy has been in real estate for 25 years. I've never seen and I've been with them the majority of the time, maybe not in real estate, but I've never seen a passion and a fire and enthusiasm like I have in the last 10 months that we've been at EXP. Now let that be a learning lesson for everybody on this call that's new in real estate. Go ahead.
I'm going to say something that sounds like I'm bragging, and if you know my personality, it's not. I make $1,300,000 a year on my 1099. That is my income, not my team. I make $1,300,000 a year in real estate. That's what I get paid every year. I made it last year. I'll make it this year. I'll make it next year. I've never had more enthusiasm than I do right now at EXP. It's the old saying of making real estate fun again. It's making it fun again. And it's one of those things. It's not about money for me because I make a lot of it. That's the easy part. It's changing lives and helping people see that there's a way out and have a business to build. Like James Massey. I mean, he's motivation. And me and Harisson talk about James twice a week about what he's done in a short period of time. And it's very impressive.
Let that be, let me jump in one last thing. Let that be a learning lesson for everybody on this call, that somebody that's built a real estate team and company for 25 years, that's the real estate dream. Go out there, build a company, scale it, get to a bunch of transactions, sell as many homes, is fired up and excited about the opportunity to build revenue share. That, guess what? I have the same opportunity that he has to do it. Teresa has the same opportunity. This thing is for everybody if you can go out there and get it. And if you set your expectation, if you set your calendar how you need to set your calendar, get your real estate work done, you can be efficient with that, and then go into set your time 4 or 5 hours a week and grow revenue share. Let me say one last thing, because I think this is going to add more value. Now, this is not on the agent attraction side, but this one piece has allowed us to free up time to focus on agent attraction. And Randy knows where I'm about to go with this. The one piece that has changed our real estate business, okay, everybody listening, get ready, is hiring a virtual assistant that will help you leverage some of the tasks that you no longer need to do in real estate. There are a lot of things that we do day to day that do not make us any money, that we can leverage out to somebody else that will pay them $10 an hour. They get paid like doctors where they are in their country. We do it through a company called My Outdesk. They take really good care of their people. My Outdesk, MOD. And they take a lot of the things that the social media posts, creating the past client, creating the newsletter. Do you think me and Randy sit down there and create the newsletter? No way. We want to be on the road talking EXP. Hey, cultivating your leads. If you get some good enough, they will cultivate your leads for you to the point where when I have a real estate call, my virtual assistant will call me and say, hey, so-and-so is approved. They're ready to look at houses. I've already scheduled them. It's these 4 houses. They want to look this Friday. Can you show them? And she'll put it in the calendar and I go out there and see it. So she takes, and virtual assistants take, all of the non-essential, they're essential, but they're not making you any money, activities away that other people can do better than you, whether you like to hear it or not. They can do it better than you, and that'll free up your time to be able to focus on the agent attraction piece. I think that's important to hit on because not everybody, we're in real estate day to day. We got to go make money to survive and pay the bills until you get to James's level on the agent attraction, the revenue share. But it's hard to get to that level. So you can't let your real estate business hurt or fail. You got to make sure that stays up so your income stays up, so you stay motivated to go out there and recruit and talk to agents and build your future.
Amen.
Love it. Love it. Anybody else have a couple more questions for them before we, get out of here?
There's one in the chat. In the chat bar, there's a question about the coffee meeting.
Yeah, it is a few questions here.
You tell me what you're doing at the coffee meeting. Yeah, that's a great point. So Bart, we have perfected our presentation down to the minute, if not the seconds. We know exactly how long it's going to take us to present, and we take complete control over the presentation and the conversation. So we'll make small talk with them for about 10, 15 minutes, do the Gene Frederick line, which is genius. And it's, hey, tell me about your business. They'll tell them about your business. Rank your business 1 to 10. Okay? It sounds weird when we talk about it over the phone, but when you're face to face with somebody, people, it's a normal part of the conversation. Rank your business 1 to 10. And that answer is going to be very crucial on whether you want to continue to talk to that agent or not. If that agent tells you that their business is a 10, stop the conversation and run. You will never get by with those people. The best agents that sell the most homes will always say their business is a 6 or a 7, maybe an 8, but there's always room for improvement. And that's the people you want to talk to. So when the conversation goes, hey, tell me about your business, and they tell them, rank your business 1 to 10. They rank their business 1 to 10. Let's say it's a 7. What would take your business to a 10? Well, I want to sell more listings. I want to sell more homes. See, that answer is going to be what you focus on, Bart, when you do the conversation and the presentation. Okay. We all want to go out there and talk revenue share and equity and stock and all of the fun part that everybody on this call gets to benefit from now that we're at the company. But the reality is most people just want to sell more homes. So how are you going to help them sell more homes? Guess what I get to do? Oh my gosh, you want to list more homes? Well, guess what? I can share with you the model and the systems that we do to sell about 200 of them a year. Would you be interested in that? Great. Okay, let's talk about this business model and what we do. Okay? That's how we do it, Bart, in terms of how we keep it concise and short. We know it's going to take us about an hour probably if it's a really, really good conversation. And you got to have urgency to be able to, you got places to be. You don't want to sit down there and answer all of their questions about EXP. Once you lay it out, and if you do it effectively, then you do the magic move, you book a meeting from a meeting, and then you get out of there.
Are you booking the second meeting as a Zoom, or are you trying to get in person again to show them like the model and all that?
Yeah, we'll do Zoom. So what we'll do is we'll send them the videos after that, and then we'll see when they're going to watch the video by, and then we'll schedule a Zoom call after that. Unless they're local to the area. If they're local to the area, then we'll bring them in the office. But we like after we do that, hey, listen, we got videos that can share this thing way better than we can. Brent Gove is the number 2 agent in the company, and he's one of our partners in this. He did a presentation that I'd love to share with you. When can you watch this by? And they'll give you an answer. If they're interested, you'll know right away. And then we'll book that follow-up meeting, Bart, after they had watched the videos, which is usually a couple days later. This is another thing that's important is, and James knows this, Dan knows this, all the people that are doing it at a high level know this. There is urgency to getting these people to listen to EXP. Once you present it, if you say, hey, I'll follow up with you next week. Well, guess what? Next week turns into next month, which turns into never. Never happens, right? You got to be urgent. Every couple days at the most, you want to be hitting these next steps, because everybody that you talk to, if you present the model the right way, everybody we talk to likes EXP, is interested in EXP. We've never had one person say, nah, I don't really like this. This doesn't make sense to me. So what you have to get by is there's got to be urgency for them to want to come on board, because if they're comfortable, they're doing what they're doing, you want to be able to push those pressure points and guide them through those steps, not rush them, not pressure them, right? It's on their time, of course, but you have urgency on your end, like, oh my gosh, Bart, I got to get you on the phone with James, and you're going to really connect with James. He is crushing this EXP thing. Or put it in your own language, right?
Okay, so there's never a are you in or you're out. It's just meeting to meeting until they say what's next.
You never want to paint yourself in a corner of asking them a question where you can chop your head off. If you ask them, are you in or you're out, it's an out. What you want to do is you want them to organically get to the point where they're going, this makes sense. This makes sense. You never want to say, hey, listen, are you in or are you out? Let me know. You want them to, you'll know if they're in. And James could speak to this probably better than anyone. They'll start asking the right questions. Hey, what about the transactions I already have with my other company? What about signage? How do I do this? Yeah.
When you guys set up those coffee meetings from outside your area, you said you were setting up appointments with some business owners. You basically going out talking to the broker owners or teams, or who you setting those up with, and what's your lead-in script if you're calling a stranger from outside your area?
We actually went to Jacksonville yesterday from Savannah. It's 2 hours away, and we met with 5 people. Harrison, was it 5?
Mm-hmm.
5 people yesterday, and I think 4 of them are going to come on board. And it was just one of those things where one of the things, remember I said earlier about the urgency of building, is we're very fortunate that not everyone knows about EXP. Now, some markets, it's saturated. I know that Charlotte, James, maybe Atlanta is saturated. I don't know, but there's a lot of towns out there that no one knows what it is. And so you have to strike now when the newness is still there, when you introduce it to them the right way, instead of that real estate agent going, hey, 10 of your buddies already pitched me over coffee. I'm tired of it. Leave me alone.
Yeah. And so the lead up script, Andre, of how we peak and get people to want to hear about it, it obviously varies based on who the person is, but Randy is so good at this. It comes with experience, but it's really, hey, this is so-and-so. We moved our entire team over. We want to expand this business model into this area. We want to set up a private one-on-one lunch. Would love to have you there. Or Randy, tell Randy, do some of the scripts that you have.
Yeah, the conversation works really well is this one. Your name keeps coming up, John, and there's someone that I should talk to. I talked to some lenders. I talked to other realtors. Your name keeps coming up. We got to talk. We got to talk a little bit because you're a business-minded person. You got a good business and good referrals. You owe it to yourself to give me 30 minutes. Now, it's an hour, but you owe it to yourself to give me 30 minutes of your time to let me explain this to you. When they say it's already been explained to me, and I say it was explained to me as well. Frankly, me and Harrison flew to Vegas in May of 19, and we were in a room with Jay Kinder and Gene Frederick and Rob Flick and Brett Gove, and we turned them down. We came back home and said no. So we know what it's like to say no because our gate was closed in May of 19. Now, Lars, our business coach, presented it to us the right way and presented to us all of the layers that we were missing. We just thought it was something it wasn't. So the answer to is, I know you were presented. That's why I'm calling you, because I know you haven't been presented the right way or you would already be here. Give me 30 minutes of your time, you won't be sorry. You get a free lunch out of it, or you get a free cup of coffee. It's not, what is it to hurt? The other thing is you never give them an out. You never say, are you coming? Can I confirm that you're coming? Because it's a no. Something's come up. I got a closing. You send them a message. We've been talking about you all day. We're excited about meeting you. Can't wait to see you at 11:30 today. You just assume that they're going to show up. If you give them an out, they will take it. No, I can't make it. Sorry, Andre, I'm busy. I got something come up, a closing come up. You send them a message. Hey, just want to let you know your ears are burning. We've been talking about you all day. We can't wait to see you at 11:30. We're excited about meeting you. So then when they see that text, they look at their wife or they look at their husband and go, damn, I got to go to this thing. This guy's, okay, I'll be there. And then that's how it works, right, Harrison?
That right there for agent attraction might be the best little nugget that we've figured out, when we're doing these events. That works so well. And then lastly, this is layered, but have a follow-up Zoom already set up. So if the lunch and learn's on a Thursday, or you want to meet with them on a Thursday.
Thursdays are the best day. We have found Thursdays are the best days.
Yeah, Thursdays are the best days because they're looking forward to the weekend and normally have gotten all their stuff done for the week. So, but what you do is have Monday morning time blocked so that you're going to invite them. If they send you that message, which they will, hey, I'm sorry, something came up, or they don't get where you need to be. You say, hey, no problem. Very excited to talk to you, though. I already have a time set up. We're going to talk. Let's talk tomorrow at 10 a.m. for a Zoom. Make them tell you no twice. Don't, because you've already gone through the process. You've already talked to them. You've already piqued their interest. You've already invited them to coffee, and things naturally come up. No worries. We understand. Hey, we got a time slot tomorrow at 10. We'd love to have you there. We brought an entire brokerage over because of that one move. We had a lunch and learn on a Tuesday, which was a mistake. We learned that, but we had a lunch and learn on a Tuesday. And then we followed up with a Thursday Zoom. He didn't make the Tuesday lunch. but he was too nice of a human to tell me no twice. And so he showed up Thursday at 11 or Thursday at 10 o'clock on a Zoom call. He signed up, his wife signed up, and 18 other agents at their company. We brought the entire brokerage over. But guess what? We didn't take the first no as an answer. And we're not going out there being aggressive, you got to hear this, you got to hear this. But a little bit more intentionality, a little bit more effort. Just be indignant if they don't want to listen. No, you have to listen. I know it's a no. I already know. I know you're happy with where you are. If you weren't, we wouldn't want to talk to you. You got to take a look at this. If you start talking like that, you'll find that people will show up. Now, the pressure comes, and you better make sure your dang presentation is good, because if it's not, then you're going to try a whole lot and it's not going to work. So I know EXP does a lot with, playing the video and doing all that stuff. What we found is we've tried to perfect our presentation so that we do it, so that we can control the conversation.
Well, Harisson is terrific. He created Agent Attraction Academy, is what he teaches our agents. So he basically calls them into a room twice a month, and he gives the presentation, and then he makes them say the presentation back to him. So his Agent Attraction Academy is basically say it again, do it again, say it again, do it again. And then he quiz them. What's the amount of commission you make on tier 3? What's it take to unlock tier 5? Does a husband and wife have 1 cap or 2 caps? So the Agent Attraction Academy, if we're going to bring this in our industry, we can't just let it organically become who we are. We got to treat it like a college course and go learn it. We owe it to ourselves not to stumble and look like a dumbass out there. Sorry to say that, but you don't want to look like a dummy when you're talking about something, because you're going to mess up somebody who deserves to hear it the right way.
Yeah, that's when leveraging the leaders in the organization comes in. And so that's what we tell, until our people in the organization, all 100, right? Until they understand how to do the presentation, we don't let them talk to anybody about EXP. It takes a really tough approach, but we tell everybody, you get them excited and then you let us present. So right before this, we had a 10 o'clock call where we presented for somebody else. It's not what they teach at EXP, because it's not duplicatable and all of that stuff. We understand, but guess what? If we're not doing it, then these people aren't signing up. And so we got to be able to help the people that have come on. You bring their first 5, and then once they've gotten their first 5, they've kind of graduated.
And that's another thing too that's super important is I have 18 FLQAs. If I wanted to in the last 10 months, I bet I could have 40 or 50. I bet I could have had 40 or 50. The reason why I don't is because I know that helping the organization is more important than me making my top line and getting all that done. Now I got to get to 25 and I got to eventually get to 40. I understand all that. But right now, jump started some of these agents out there. It's more important to me than trying to hoard it and get it all myself. Helping your people is everything. Helping your people is everything. We'll talk your ears off, James. I'm sorry, brother.
We took way too much of your time, James.
Nah, man. Nah.
This has been awesome, man. I got a bunch of notes. You guys really appreciate a lot of golden nuggets for sure.
Yeah.
Appreciate the opportunity. What a great group, man. I'm impressed. Super impressed with how many people on the call. That's good.
Man, it's not often you get people that sell on the level that you all are doing. That's straight just been pouring out just tons of information and lots of help. So I mean, we definitely appreciate it and are thankful. So
one last thing I want to show you right up there is my 5-year calendar. There's a saying that you can be anywhere you want to be in this world in 5 years if you just plan it out. I plan it out. That's my 5-year calendar right there. So we're halfway through the first year of my 5-year calendar. So that 5-year calendar, I got it printed at Vistaprint. It cost me $20. And it's got the next 5 years on that calendar. And you can barely see it now, but the letters you see on there are basically my FLQA, my FLAs, and my total org numbers per month. I just put those on that map, on that calendar.
Man, well, we definitely appreciate you, Harisson, and also Randy for just kind of, just opening up, and
yeah, I want it to be like wavy. Then make it thicker because I know it's gonna be this straight.
All right. So So I mean, I know that there's people on here that are glad they were on here, but also there's people on here that wish they would have invited somebody on here as well to be able to hear exactly what it is that we just been hearing. So I'm seeing all this stuff. You rock, thank you. So
James, I want to throw my my email and my phone number if anybody wants to reach out for any reason. I know some people want to know the drip campaign we have set up. So I'm going to put that in the chat if that's okay with you, so people can see that if they want or need it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the recording for this is going to be on the Agent Builders Facebook group. If you're not part of Agent Builders Facebook group, definitely reach out to your sponsor. Make sure that you're on there. The other thing as well, if you're already within our group, if you're not a honey badger, you need to get with your sponsor regarding that as well, to make sure you have that going on. This mastermind is always going to be the second Friday of the month. So, you definitely want to make sure that you're aware and of the next one that's going to be coming up, as well as just knowing the quickest, easiest way to do agent attraction, which, that really wasn't even the topic for today, but I mean, it was so many nuggets on that, because it's part of our business. It's that extra piece that was missing when we were at other brokerages. So just know the invite to events like this makes all the difference in the world. The follow-up that you need to do is tied into the invites. I can't tell you how many people are here right now on this call simply because I kept inviting them to the event and they saw the value and they was able to join. So don't take this for granted. I know it's good information for you, but it's information for somebody else. It's not just for you, it's for somebody else. So
James, let me also extend to anyone with a little bit of notice, if you want to come to Savannah and spend the day with us or so, we welcome you. You can come shadow us, come to our office. We have a beautiful office, and you can spend the day with us, and I'll share everything we do. We'll open up the books. I'll let you write some checks too, if you want to write my checks too. But anyhow, if you want to come by and see what we do and how we do it, love to have you. Just give us good notice and we'll plan it out. And anyone in your organization is welcome to come and be a part of what we're doing here.
Awesome, man.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I probably will be taking you up on that.
No problem. Come on.
Awesome, Andre, we need to take you to lunch or something. We want to hear your numbers and your journey as well. Same with James, man. If you guys are ever in Savannah, please come by.
Well, we're going to be coming. I'm going to talk to my wife and get it on the calendar.
Awesome,
yep.
brother.
We're gonna make a trip out of it.
Andre, we don't even have to get on a plane for this one, guys. That's
cool. I know.
Hilton Head, I can almost see you from where I am.
Yeah, please. One more thing,
right
please.
here, the ocean is right there.
That's how you do it, Dan. Please text me if anybody wants any of the information, because there's some emails coming, and I don't think I'll be able to get all of them, and I want to cut the meeting short. So just text me your email, and I'll share whatever.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Randy.
James, thank you, brother. That'll be good. Appreciate it.
See y'all. Thanks for coming out.
All right. Thanks, James. This was a great one. Appreciate you guys.
Good stuff.
Thank you.